Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Fury Wilder 3 happened this weekend. It was a great historic fight. Um, Fury did a lot of things right, and Wilder did a lot of things wrong. Start off in the first round, Wilder went strictly to the body. He was landing lefts and hard rights to the body. And after the first round, when Fury went back to the corner, I heard Sugar Hill say that Wilder's already getting tired. And I was surprised by that, and they showed Wilder gassed out real early, coming in at the heaviest of his career at 238. And Fury, he leaned on them a couple times early, but not too many times. It just seemed like that plus Wilder getting hit because his defense was real bad. He backed straight up in straight lines and had no head movement, and he was getting hit repeatedly by the same left right combination from Fury. And Fury stuck to his game plan from his corner, and Wilder didn't. And he prevailed in the fight. Wilder gassed out real fast by throwing hard right hands to the body in the first round. He wasn't breathing right. That's what Kenny Porter said. And he spent a little too much money early. That plus getting leaned on, plus getting hit. It gassed him out real early. And he never committed to a jab. And Fury actually had Wilder on the back foot after a couple of rounds. Fury, he was boxing at first, letting Wilder throw his powerful shots, and he tried to defend it. Fury's defense wasn't as good as it usually is. I think that Fury got hit too many times, and outside of the leaning on him and the tactics on offense, he really looked at kind of ordinary. He didn't have like no spectacular combos or anything. He didn't go to the body a lot either. He went down there a few times, but I don't know, man. I think Fury, it looked, because before the fight, I felt like the winner of the fight is just going to roll through the heavyweight division. But Fury, he not perfect. You know what I'm saying? He going to be fighting more complete fighters coming up. And Wilder, of course, has a lot to work on. Offensively, he reverted back to himself way faster than I thought he would. Even before the first knockdown in the third round, he was kind of reverting back to himself, kind of head hunting too much. He was fainting a little bit at the beginning of the fight. That faded away. It's just, I can't complain too much about the Fury dirty tactics because Wilder knew what he was finna do coming in. Everybody knew the tactics he was finna do, the leaning on the headlock, the punching behind the head. The punches behind the head is from Fury aiming at the ear, that same ear that was busted the last fight in the second fight. Uh, I gotta give Fury his credit. He did his thing. I was one of the glove gate dudes and all that, and there was an issue with the gloves before this fight, but it wasn't nothing they could really do about it. So Wilder tried to get punchers gloves, MX. Uh, that was padded with horsehair and foam because some boxing gloves have horsehair instead of foam as the padding. And the horsehair moves around a little bit in the glove as the fight, gets going and gets in motion. But I looked at Fury's gloves throughout the night and nothing looked that bad. So this was a clean victory for him. And we got to see what the future holds for both. Wilder, he's one of the biggest names in heavyweight, so he'll always have fights that he can do for big money. Of course, not the $30 million paydays. I think that might be out the window right now till you get into another huge like championship fight with like AJ or somebody. But Fury, he has Dillian White as his mandatory. Dillian White has a hard fight coming up with Wilder. Not even sure if he gonna win that. But Fury and White would be a good fight, and of course Usyk giving anybody a run for their money in the heavyweight. But Fury, I think he's gonna run into somebody who's gonna game plan for all that leaning on him, leaning and the other stuff that he do in the ring. There's gonna be somebody like Usyk that'll be prepared for that. That'll probably take a knee every time he put him in a headlock and really be able to counter Fury and have good head movement. It's just the style of Wilder is tailor made for Fury because Wilder's defense is really bad. No head movement at all. He was right there for the right hand over the top every single time. I don't even think I seen him evade one. He dodged a couple in the first round, but I only feel like Wilder followed the game plan for one round and it cost him. And Fury with his Kronk style Sugar Hill Stewart, you know what I'm saying? He responds to his trainer. He does what he says. And he came out with the win. But I don't see Fury fighting for like at least a year. He ain't the type to stay busy like that. But I think that he gonna end up fighting White, the White Wallen fight winner. But let's see what the future holds for the heavyweight division. That was a great fight. Fury Wilder 3. Wilder made adjustments, but he didn't stick to it.